How to start and scale your music coaching business to $100,000 a year. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the exact model and blueprint that I used to scale my music coaching business from $25,000 in credit card debt to $20,000 a month in the course of 2023 using a predictable system that I call my music social funnel, using paid ads and content. It's really simple. The biggest value you're going to get out of the video is clarity. Not just clarity, but things that are applicable that you could actually take and use to grow your music coaching business. So whether you do music production coaching, singing coaching, songwriting coaching, piano, guitar, violin, cello, bass, drums, it really doesn't matter what type of music coaching you do. If you want to start and scale your music coaching program, this is the best way to do it. If you don't know me, my name is Lee. You can go watch other videos on my channel about my story. I don't want to waste your time with that in this video. I kind of just told you what the story is anyways. I want you to just get as much value as possible. The other piece of value that you're going to get from this video is realistic numbers, right? I don't like to fluff and just say a bunch of different random numbers. I do want to share like actual numbers with you so that you can get a sense as to like realistically how you can actually plan these things out and how these things work, okay? So let's jump into the computer. I'm going to walk you through my music social funnel. We're going to start over here on the left first, just so you can kind of get a sense as like the overall. So let me move this over just so we can kind of get focused on that. So essentially, hold up. There we go. That's better. So it's really simple. I mean, you're probably pretty experienced when it comes to growing a business, digital marketing, ads, things of that nature. So you probably know what a funnel looks like. I'm going to walk you through the way I do mine, right? So the first thing is starting at the top of the funnel with paid ads. We're going to use really simple profile visit ads. I'm going to walk through examples of that over on the right. We're going to use content to then nurture people. And what's cool for me personally, what I love about the music social funnel and the model I've built, your music will nurture people, which it's super cool because now your music doesn't need to get streams or like have notoriety in the conventional music industry. Now your music is actually going to be one of the main tools to actually market, and the monetization model obviously is your coaching. So I use a combination of my music, Instagram, and YouTube to build trust with people who've already seen me. One of the biggest misconceptions in marketing, especially with high ticket, is people use content, or people think that they need to use content to get like new people to see them. By the way, we're ripping a black cup of coffee right now. Yeti mug keeps it hot forever. So content is not how you're going to get new people to see you. It's possible. It is possible. And maybe you're a new person seeing this YouTube video right now. That is possible as well. And I've gotten top of funnel traffic from YouTube. But the predictability of a system doesn't come from relying on free organic traffic. It comes from ads. But content is super important because content is what nurtures people, which is dope because your content doesn't need to get lots of views. Like if you look at my YouTube content, the views, it's pretty abysmal. Most of my videos are less than 100 views. However, brand new people see my YouTube content and brand new people see my Instagram content, and it causes them to want to buy from me. High ticket. This is people who are paying me for music production coaching, and now people who pay me to help them build their music coaching businesses, like yourself. So content is great. It's a lot simpler. It's not very stressful. You don't have to go viral. I usually post on Instagram, to grow my music business. When I was teaching recording artists how to produce, I got from 0 to 10K a month, posting 3 times a week on Instagram and 0 times a week on YouTube. Now I've been doing obviously this for over 3 years full time. I post every day on Instagram and 2 to 3 times a week on YouTube because I love it. I have fun with it and it's enjoyable for me, but content doesn't need to be this whole stressful thing. So I just wanted to touch on that. In terms of converting people, here at the bottom of the funnel, it's really simple. DMs, Zoom calls, make money, right? Bottom of funnel is let's qualify these leads in the DMs. Let's nurture them. Let's pre-sell them with a effective call booking process using Calendly, Zoom, questions, email reminders, and a very effective pre-call video so that you can send that to people after they book a call. And then they come to the call pre-sold, pre-nurtured, already knowing you, liking you, trusting you, knowing what your offer is pretty much, and then making the sales calls a lot easier for you because I don't know about you, but I'm not into sleazy sales. I'm not into being pushy. I'm pretty laid back, pretty chill. I like to show up to my sales calls abundant. I don't want to show up to a sales call feeling like I have to close somebody because I don't have lots of pre-called pre-nurtured people on my calendar. I would rather show up to a sales call. I'd rather, by the way, not take that many sales calls, to be honest with you. I'd rather take, I don't know, 20 to 40 calls a month at most, which is not a lot. That's like, I don't know, 1 to 3 calls a day, which is not a lot. I'd rather take 1 to 3 calls a day with super pre-nurtured people so that when I get on a sales call, I can just be pretty much chilling, right? So, and if you decide to book in a call with me, you'll notice that's kind of how it is. Like, I don't need anybody's money. I don't really even care. It's super weird. Like, I just know that the right people will come through my funnel because of how I've set everything up. We'll walk through more results so you can see how it works for other people too. And then finally, after someone actually pays you the deliverability, this is super important. You need to be able to deliver results, but without becoming a slave. And what I've seen and noticed in the music coaching space specifically is a lot of people are selling you on not doing one-to-ones. And I completely disagree with that. I personally do one-to-ones with all of my clients, and I love doing one-to-ones. And I think one-to-ones are scalable. Now, just so you can get a sense as to where I'm at, I currently have 5 clients who are on weekly one-to-ones with me, but I don't offer weekly one-to-ones now. And it's great because I still am able to get one-on-ones with every single one of my clients, but I don't have to do as many. So you, the client, can still get amazing results, super, super high touch with me, but it doesn't kill me. And so for you, when you're building your music coaching program, you can and should still be doing one-on-ones. You don't have to do them weekly. You don't even have to do them bi-weekly. You could do monthly. You could do bi-weekly if you want. But the deliverability of your program, in my opinion, still needs to be high touch, but without killing yourself. Okay? So that's kind of like the overview of the model, but let's dive into each part of it more specifically. Canva, man. I think I might need to start using a different whiteboard tool. Canva is kind of weird. But let's start at the top of the funnel. So you can see an example of these ads, okay? So I use really simple paid ads. And I've honestly got, I've personally got 3 style of ads that I run. I've got the 7-second B-roll ads, which we can take a quick look at this one, right? And it's just got some music in the background, right? With some words on screen, long caption. You know what I mean? So that's one style I use. The other style I use, here I'll show you it so you can get a good example, is more of like a straight talking head. And I'll show you the example of that here. So this one's like more of a straight talking head where you can see I'm facing the camera. I scripted this video. I really tried to make a hook. You know what I'm saying? Like I was very deliberate with this one. So we can call that more of a deliberate talking head. And then these ones are actually, and I'll just go back to my Instagram here. These ones are actually kind of new that I'm trying out right now. But these are ones where I'm actually like literally just on a coaching call with a client where I'm literally not even looking at the camera. I didn't script this. This is literally, and you can see this is so cute. This guy hating on me. I loved this back and forth with this guy. But I wasn't even like looking at the camera. I was literally on a coaching call with a client and I was like, you know what? I think I'm about to say something dope. I reached over, clicked record, and started recording, and I simply boosted the post. I'm going to show you kind of the boost post setup here, but I've got a lot of videos like that where I'm literally just sitting on a coaching call talking to clients, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm about to say something dope. Let me go ahead and record myself talking about it. I think the key here as well is the white block of text where you can see that it's clearly talking to an ideal client, online music coaching business, and the thing that I'm saying in the video is only applicable to my ideal client. So that's something that you need to understand when it comes to making ads. What's really critical is that you have to make ads that are only applicable to your ideal client. This is one of the most important parts of the process. Messaging is extremely important. When you make your ads in any piece of content, really, I want you to look at your page, look at your ads, look at your content, look at anything and say, could this apply to a brokey? I know it's kind of a mean word and it's kind of like a funny term I use, but it is the truth. Could this apply to a brokey? Could this apply to a brokey? If this could apply to the wrong type of person, I shouldn't post it. Okay. So for me, when making these styles of ads, I know that they only apply to my ideal clients. So really quick, looking at the setup, I'll just grab like a random post and see if I can just show you like the example of boosting. So this one, right? Oh, I can't boost this one because it was a collab with my main page. Can I do this one? Okay, I guess I could do this one. Oh no, that's a collab post too. Let me find another one. I'll just use this as an example. Oh God, they're all collab posts. I just want to find one, whatever. I'm just going to show you the setup here. Let me hit boost and see what happens. Cool. So yeah, the way I do it's really simple. So it's boost post, visit your profile. I do create my own audiences here, like men and women, 28 to 40, US, Canada, UK, singing, piano, professional audio. I have a couple other interests in here. Usually like 1 to 3 audiences. A good quality age range is probably going to suffice. Never want to use suggested. Also, when you create an audience, you never, ever, ever want to use Advantage Plus. Like uncheck that and set up your audiences accordingly. It's really simple how to do that. And then click your budget, right? Like honestly, right now, I'm scaling up to spending $100 a day. But what I do is each one of the posts, I just run for $10 a day. So I'm going to have 10 different posts running at $10 a day, run the ad until I pause it, boost the reel. You're going to have followers pouring in when you do that. Okay. And you'll see like these ads are organic pieces of content I use and I attract people that way. One thing that I do with my clients right now, to be honest with you, the best style of ad is let's call it the deliberate talking head. For my clients, the deliberate talking head is crushing it right now. Like one of my clients, Brad, is getting like 100 followers a day. And I think he's spending like $45 a day on ads. It's pretty crazy. And he's booking sales calls easily. What I do with my clients, if you decide you want to work with me, by the way, you can go book in a call in the link in my bio or the link in the description, is I literally script all of my clients' ads throughout the duration of us working together. TBH, I have no clue how much longer I'll be able to do that, but it is something I'm able to do now. So if you're watching this video and you're able to get in a call with me, let's rock and roll. I'll literally script all of your ads for you, right? Now that attracts people to your Instagram page. And you'll see I have 2 Instagram pages. One of them, I'm not going to go into all this bullshit that I've been going through with Instagram. Leezy the Gifted was the main page. I have been growing it for 15 years. It's got a bunch of the wrong followers here. I'm spanked with Instagram right now, and basically every time someone tries to follow me on my main page, the stupid warning banner comes up. It's some Instagram bullshit. So I've decided to move over to a new page, Lee Nathan Litvin. I want to curate only the right type of people. That's why the following is a lot lower, but I'm looking to gain more of like a high quality audience. And honestly, like the 1385 was from a few days ago. You can see now I'm already at I think we're already at 14, 16. So it's like the account's growing fast because of the way that I'm running these style of ads, and it's only getting high quality people, which is great. So that's an example of the style of ads we run here. Let's see if I can come up with if there's any there's so many different client results I have. It's pretty ridiculous. And these are all people using the same music social funnel. So let's talk about then the middle of funnel, which is the content itself. And you can see here, I've got a few different styles that we run, right? We've got, we've got talking head videos. We've got a My Story video. These are all delivering value. And then I love using these text carousels. Text carousels seem to work really, really well. We've got 7-second B-rolls. And like I said, the other thing that's cool is my actual music, right? Like these are videos of me like in the studio recording. This was like a music video of my newest song. And what's really great is I heard this amazing quote, which is music sells everything but itself. And so the greatest thing now is when you're building a music coaching business, like for me, when I've built my music coaching business now, I literally I have more fun and enjoyment making music now because I don't feel the pressure of needing to put out tons. I mean, I love putting out tons of music, but I don't have to put out tons of music and try to grow my artist brand that way. I don't. My monetization model is through coaching. It used to be through teaching recording artists how to produce their own music. And so my ideal clients never gave a shit about how many streams they got. They didn't care. They don't care about streams, Grammys, or Billboard charting songs. They just wanted to make great music. And so I just needed to prove that I could make great music. That's all that mattered to them. Right? So that's why I love coaching as a business model, by the way, for musicians. I think if you're an expert, right? If you're not an expert, it won't work. So these are the types of content that I use. Content for me is just about nurturing people. And then now I'm really, really, really bullish on YouTube now. But as you can see, just taking a look here, not a lot of views, less than 100 views per video. It's actually pretty funny. But you can see, right, that one of my videos, which again, I'm sharing this with you, just being fully transparent, didn't have a lot of views, right? 69 views that I had posted 2 months ago, and it got me a pay in full. And this was in a Great British Pound, somebody who came from the UK, one of my clients. So, and again, not running ads on this. This was 2 months ago, 69 views. And so this is the power of knowing how to position your content, knowing who you're talking to, and having the right messaging on your content. You don't need a lot of views. You don't need to go viral. You just need to speak to your ideal clients, right? And the other thing for you is having social proof. Like I have social proof, obviously, for my program, for Music Money Mastery, right? This is my client, Ange, right? She's a 21-year-old music producer who uses this exact same music social funnel, and she's actually selling beats, custom production, and she actually has coaching as like a part of her program in a way. She's now averaging 10K a month. And it was cool. I got to see her in person in San Francisco. We spent the whole day together, and I gave her an award for hitting 10K a month, which I do for all my clients. I now need to order my second one for my client, Allie, who's now just hit her first 10K month. I'll read this out to you. But Lizzie, thank you. Your guidance and support has been a game changer. 4 weeks in working with you. I'm now running a business I absolutely love, and I'm actually making a difference with my work. I've made amazing friends in your community. To put a cherry on top, I made 10K in sales this month. 4 weeks in, like that's crazy. And she said, I could not have done it without your insight. So for you, this is obviously me showing you that my program works. So like, if you want to hire me, this is proof that it works, but also for you, you need to have social proof in your program. Like again, your Instagram page is essentially like a landing page. And so when I'm running ads, like I've shared, there's Allie right there. Sick. There's Allie again. But when I'm running ads like these, right? And people come to my profile, they see a pinned post with my story, my 2 client results. You can see trainings, you can see client results, and the picture all makes sense because I've got all these different client results. So for you specifically, you don't need to have all of these different client results, but you need to have some form of social proof so that when people come to your page, you're basically creating this whole ecosystem of like, oh, this makes sense as to why I would want to work with you. Like we can actually click Allie. Let's use her as an example, right? Start here, client love. Perfect. See, she's following the blueprint, right? She's got those client results. Berklee College of Music, now mentoring aspiring songwriters. So like when you land on her page, it just all makes complete sense. And this is her, she's blowing up. This is her follow ad, right? And she's, by the way, what's cool about Allie, talk about niche. She is teaching female singer-songwriters how to produce demos in Logic Pro X. Like that is, you cannot get more specific than that, right? One of my clients, I'll show you here as well, just to give him a quick shout out. This is my client, Jed. He just signed up with me like 4 days ago, I believe, but he's specifically helping synthwave producers. So super cool how niche down you can get with this stuff, right? But yeah, and again, I've got tons of different client results with a bunch of clients, like my client Sean. He's a piano coach. He literally teaches people piano. He got 2 clients for a 1K each within a week of working with me. I'm sorry, not within a week of working with me, within a week, 2 clients within a week. Chris Savage, right? He had said, this has changed my life. He got a 3K client, right? So, and he was teaching marketing. He's teaching literally, now he's doing like branding and content creation. My client Noah, teaching people how to actually become their own audio engineers. Omito Beats, teaching producers how to brand themselves. So like there's Brad, right? He got a client within 3 days of us working together, teaching music production. There's a bunch of other client results you can look for as well. So there's just lots of different ways that you can go about this stuff. Now, I did want to also share with you actual numbers. So this was from the first month that I ever did a 20K month, which was November 2023. So I wanted to share these numbers with you so that you could get a realistic with this stuff, because it isn't all good. It's not all glams and glitz and glory. Like with this month, this was a great month. And I actually have a video on my YouTube channel. I might need to refresh that story, but essentially what happened, this was a crazy story, but I was actually in the hospital the first week of November 2023. This weird thing actually happened with my blood, and I had to be hospitalized. Kept running ads at about 100 a day. I had my friend who was helping me appointment set at the time, and I was like, dude, let's just keep appointment setting and everything. I only literally had sales calls for the next 3 weeks and ended up doing 23.3K. And these were the numbers. So 23K cash collected. Spent about 2,900 in ad spend, about an 8x return on ad spend. 2K followers that month, and I only got 6 clients. So what's really interesting about this, and like I really, really, really want to point these numbers out to you. I really want to point these numbers out. So like that's only a 0.3% conversion rate, which means 99.7% of people didn't buy. How crazy is that, bro? But that's the power of charging high ticket. Like at that time I was charging 3K, but you can see that I ended up raising my prices to 5K for music production coaching. So at first it was 3K, but you could see I started incrementally raising my prices and eventually got to the point where I was charging $5,000 to teach recording artists how to produce their own music. So taking a big step back here, this is why you don't need content to go top of funnel. Like you don't need content to get new eyeballs. You can run paid ads. The content becomes the engine for how you nurture people. The main thing really, really is in the DMs. Like that's really where the conversion begins. That's why it's bottom of funnel. We then move them over to booking a call. We get them on a Zoom call. But of course, what's really important is actually this part of it, right? This part of it is the pre-call sequence. So like when people book in a call with you, they need to get sent emails, text messages, and an effective pre-call video, which if you book in a call with me, you'll see the whole process laid out. And this is actually what I build out for my clients is partly the pre-call sequence, right? I build that out for you, give you that. Basically, I help you come up with your whole pre-call video so that you don't have to try to figure all of it out on your own, right? So listen, if you're trying to grow and scale your music coaching business, would love to see if I can serve and support you. Like I said, go ahead and book in a call with me if that makes sense, or you can send me a DM on Instagram and we can have a further conversation as well, all right? Hope you got some value and some clarity out of this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.